The archaeological site of Tamuda is located southwest the city of Tetouan, at 10 kilometers as crow flies from the Mediterranean coast. At this location, the city of Tamuda developed at the foot of the massive Rif Mountains chain. Scholars believe that the noun of Tamuda is derived from an amazigh origin Tamuda, which means swamp that is particularly connected to a river. The name of Tamuda appears for the first time on the coins struck in a local workshop in the 1st century BC under the forms TMT, TMD, TMDA and TMGDT written in Neo-Punic characters. The site was discovered in 1921 by the Spanish archaeologist César Luis de Montalbán, and since then, the archaeological excavations continued on site by Spanish and Moroccan archaeologists. Such as Pelayo Quintero Atori, Miguel Taradell, Abd El-Aziz Kayari and Dario Bernal and many others. The surface of the Mauretanian city is estimated at 5 hectares. The city was built following the urban standards of the era. The urban complex of Tamuda reflects the characteristics of a Hellenistic city. The regular layout of streets and constructions implies that the city might have been built at one go. By the 1st century BC, Tamuda had all major components of a city, such as houses, shops, streets, public square, temples, which confirm that the urbanization of Morocco was a long way before the arrival of the Romans. Its close location to the Mediterranean Sea helped the city to promote its trade with Iberian Peninsula and other cities and states of the Mediterranean, from the 4th and 3rd century BC onward. The city developed an important local craft industry, such as pottery production, which is the major archaeological finds on site, in addition to metallurgy, which encompasses mint craft. They struck coins in the name of Mauretanian kings, in New Punic characters, and also specific crafts, to produce daily metallic objects, used for different purposes. For example, cuisine utensils, fish hooks for fishing, and spears and javelins for military use or for hunting, and other objects such as oil lamps and lead weights. In addition to valuable and precious items, for instance pieces of jewelries and perfume bottles, and objects used for ancient cults in Tamuda such as statues and incense burners. The Mauretanian city of Tamuda was subject to 2 massive destructions. The first one is situated by scholars around the 3rd quarter of the 1st century BC, probably towards 38 BC. And it is related to the fall of the Second Triumvirate, the political alliance that joined Octavian, the adopted son of Julius Caesar, and the consuls Marcus Antonius and Marcus Aemilius Lepidus. The war broke out between Octavian and Marcus Antonius, during which, Bogud, king of western Mauretania, supported Marcus Antonius, while Bocchus II, king of eastern Mauretania, was allied with Octavian. The flames of battles reached out territories on both sides of the Strait of Gibraltar, and it ended with destruction of northern cities of western Mauretania and the death of Bogud. Bocchus II was given western Mauretania territories, as a reward for supporting Octavian, the future Roman Emperor Augustus. In 33 BC, Bocchus II passed away, leaving no heir to rule the unified Mauretania. Several years later, Octavian appointed Juba II as a king of Mauretania, and he got married to Cleopatra Selene, daughter of Marcus Antonius and Cleopatra VII of Egypt. The Mauretanian royal couple were blessed with a son, Ptolemy, who becomes king of Mauretania around 23 AD. The second destruction of the Mauretanian city of Tamuda happened towards 40 AD, during the insurrection of Ataman. triggered by assassination of King Ptolemy by the Emperor Caligula, and the military annexing of the Mauretanian kingdom by Emperor Claudius to the Roman Empire. This destruction was definitive, the city was devastated and abandoned forever. On the top of the Mauretanian city, the Imperial Roman army built a military camp. According to scholars, the camp initial construction occurred around mid of the 1st century AD. The camp has a classic shape, a square of 98 meters and 99 meters for the northern and the southern sides, and about 91 meters and 92 meters for the eastern and the western ones. The plan of the camp is designed following a simple layout, with two main streets that are perpendicular, and intersected in the center of the camp where the ruins of the Principia, the baths are still visible, along with other buildings whose function has not yet been identified. The camp was defended by 20 semicircular towers, placed, one at each corner, two respectively flanking each gate, an intermediary tower between each door and corner. They were built in different phases of the camp's life. Later on, the fortification of the camp was consolidated by digging a moat around it, mainly in the eastern side. The occupation of the Roman soldiers extended outside the camp, in particular in the eastern part where they made settlements called Canabae, and built a Roman baths. Roman burials were uncovered in western part and southern part of the abandoned Mauretanian city. The military camp of Tamuda remained functional, fighting the Mauretanian resistance till the 5th century AD. The inscription of the archaeological site of Tamuda on the National Heritage List in 2005 was the first step undertaken by the Ministry of Culture towards the conservation and the management of this outstanding heritage. Later on, several scientific and educational activities were organized, for instance, conducting archaeological excavations programs, to recover archaeological data, and to help unfolding aspects of life in ancient Tamuda during Mauretanian and Roman times. Restoration of Roman rampart and gates, organization of outreach activities, such as workshops, public lectures, guided visits. Professional and pedagogical workshops for schools and universities students, open days and development of brochures and guides of educational purposes.